Okay, so 7.4, factoring trinomials. Here's the main difference on this. The main difference is yesterday we did just x squared plus bx plus c, and the number in front of the x squared term was 1. So when we split it out into our, here, let me do this. When we split it out into our parentheses, these were just x and x, not anymore. Okay, so we'll show you what the difference that thing makes right there. So going through here, very first thing you do is parentheses. We did those. Let me change to a different pen color here. Next thing is you determine signs. Sorry about that. I'm trying to write here. Determine signs. So remember, to determine signs, we look at this right here. If it's positive, it means both these signs are the same, because remember when you multiply last times last, if you multiply a negative times a negative, you get positive. If you multiply a positive times a positive, you get a positive. So this says, hey, the signs are the same. So we have to look inside here. Both signs are this middle term, which are negative. So we're going to write those in there. Minus. Let me erase. And let me fix this here. Okay. So both signs are minus and minus. Here's another difference. You have to factor A and you have to factor C. So we're going to factor A, 1 times 8, 2 times 4. That's it. We're going to factor, we factored C, so now we're going to factor A. This is 1 times 3. Now, remember, this is x times 3x. That's what that basically is. 1x times 3x. And that's going to go right in here. 1x, 3x. If this thing factors, sometimes they won't. So what you have to do is you got to go, okay, I got to find a combination of products between A's factors, these right here, and C's factors, these right here, whoops, okay, C's factors, these right here, that when you multiply them up, and since signs are the same, they give you a sum of 14. So you go, okay, well, let's try this. How about 1 times 1? 1 times 1 is 1, and then 3 times 8 is 24. The sum between 24 and 1 is 25. That's not what we want. How about 1 times 8? That'd be 8. How about 3 times 1? That'd be 3. So you get 8x and 3x. That would give you 11x. Nope, that's not it. Okay, so how about this? 1 times 2. That's 2. 2x. 3x times 4. That's 12x. So 2x and 12x. Oh, that's 14x. Okay, so now I got to figure out, I multiplied 1x times 2. That's fine. This 2 has to go in the opposite binomial. You don't ever multiply, these two things. You never multiply these two things. So if you're wanting to multiply 1x times a negative 2, that gives you a negative 2x. Okay, that's outside terms. In FOIL, that's outside terms. And then we also multiplied 3x times 4. So we're going to multiply 3x times 4 right here. So I'm going to put this 4 right here. Negative 4 times 3x. What's that give you? That gives you negative 12x. And look right here. What's that give you right there? It should give you that middle term, negative 14x, and it does. All right, so let's check this. All right, first terms multiplied, 3x times x, that's 3x squared. Outside terms multiplied gives you a negative 2x. Inside terms multiplied, negative 4 times 3x gives you a negative 12x. Combine those together, that should give you negative 14x, and it does. Last terms multiplied, negative 4 times negative 2 gives you a positive 8. So this, whoops, Hang on a second. This is your answer. Lot of steps to get there. It's not an easy thing. Let's show you. Okay, so first step, if you read back on your notes, is to put your parentheses. Second step is to determine your sign using C. It's negative, so that means one's positive and one's negative. All right? Third step is to factor A and C. Let's factor A. This is x times 6x. It's also 2x times 3x. That gives you 6x squared. Let's factor C. This is 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6. Okay, we're done with that. Now, signs are different. We have to find a combination of factors of 6x right here times factors of 24 right here that give you, since the signs are different, a difference of 7. So let's try x times 1's x, 6 times 24. That's way too much. Okay, how about 1 times 24? Yeah, I usually start with these middle ones, the ones that are close, like 3 and 8 and 4 and 6 and 2 and 3. So let's do that. 2 times 4 is 8x. 3 times 6 is 18x. The difference between 8x and 16x is 10x. That doesn't work. So try 2 times 6, that's 12x. 3 times 4, that's 12x. The difference is 0, so that won't work. Try 2 times 3. 2x times 3 is 6x. 3x times 8 is 24x. The difference is between 6 and 24 is 18. Try 2 times 8, that's 16. 3 times 3, that's 9. That's it. 2 times 8 is 16. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, so that's it. Alright, so usually I do not put the signs in there, and I did in this case. I'm going to take these signs out. So what I said was, okay, this is going to be 2x and 3x. What I said was I'm going to use these right here, and I'm going to use these right here. So 2x and 3x go in these first terms. And I said 3 times 3 was 9x, right? And 2x times 8, see how they go in the opposite binomials, right? Because what you're going to multiply is, you're going to multiply this 2x times 8, and you're going to get 16x. You're going to multiply this, oh, sorry, I messed up here. What should go here? Not 9. What should go here? I actually put the product. Should be 3, right? You get 9x. Right? 8 and 3. Okay, so anyway, we're trying to get a positive 7x. That's what we're trying to get. So how would you get a positive 7x? You would get a positive 7x by having a positive 16x and a negative 9x. How do you get a positive 16x? Well, you have to have a positive 8 times a positive 2x. That's a positive 16x. How do you get a negative 9x right here? Negative 9x. Well, you have a negative 3 times a positive 3, and that gives you a negative 9x. So let's check it using FOIL method. First, outside, inside, last. So first, first right here. 2x times 3x should give you 6x squared. Yes, it does. Outside, right here, positive 8 times positive 2 gives you a positive 16x. Inside, negative 3 times a positive 3. X gives you a negative 9x. When you combine these two together, you get a positive 7x. Last terms, negative 3 times a positive 8 gives you a negative 24. We're done. You can box this answer in. This is your answer. Now, I don't make you show, oops, sorry about that. I don't make you show this part right here. Doggone it. There we go. I don't make you show this part, but it's a really good way to show it. It's a really good way to see it. Okay? but that's okay. You decide if you want to show that or not. Two more. We're going to do two more right here. So first steps, parentheses. Second steps, determine the sign. Right here is what determines the sign. It means one's positive and one's negative. I'm not going to put the signs in there. Third step is you're going to factor A into 1x times 4x. It could be that. It could also be 2x times 2x. I'm going to factor C. This would be 1 times 7. These are prime. If this thing factors, 7 and 1 are the only things that are going to go in there. So signs are different. Remember, signs are different. So we're going to find 2 factors of 4x times 2 factors of 7. Okay, a combination of a pair of these with a pair of these that give you a difference of 12. All right, so let's see. How about this? 2x times 7 is 14x. 2x times 1 is 2x. So 14x minus 2x, difference is 12x. That works. So I can, since these are both the same, I can put 2x in here and 2x in here. So look, when we multiply outside terms, we're going to get 14x. When we multiply inside terms, we're going to get 2x. We want to eventually get this right here, negative 12x. So we're wanting this to be negative 14x. The way it becomes negative is if this 7 is negative. We're wanting this to be positive. The way it becomes positive is if this 1's positive. And then you can use FOIL method. First times first, 2x times 2x is 4x squared. Outside gives you a negative 14x. Inside gives you a plus 2x. Negative 14x and a positive 2x gives you negative 12x. Last terms, positive 1 times negative 7 should give you this negative 7. It does. You're ready to box that in. I'll box it in. You're ready to box that in. I'll box it in on pink so you can see this kind of a contrasting color right here. That's your answer. That's the work you show. Okay, so last term, I'm going to give you a little easier one right here. Whenever we have this, I'll just start with pink since I have it right here. Put your parentheses. Determine your signs. This says signs are the same. Look inside here. This says they're both negative. Since they're both the same, we can put them right away. Then we're going to factor this. X times 10x. 2x times 5x. That's it. 6 we're going to factor into 1 times 6. 2 times 3. Now, signs are the same. See, signs are the same. So we're going to find 2 factors of 6. When multiplied with 2 factors of 10, x squared, gives you a sum. Signs are the same, remember. A sum of negative 19. So let's see, how about this? What's 5x times 3? That's 15x. 2x times 2, that's 4x. 15x and 4x gives you a sum right here of 19. So 2x, oops, here, let's get a darker color right here. 2x and 5x goes here. We're going to multiply 2x times what we said was 2. That gives you 4x. Actually, it gives you a negative 4x, right? Negative 2 times 2x. We're going to multiply 5x times 3. This gives you a negative 15x. All right. So we can check it. And you see these two together give you a negative 19x. So we know that's right. Let's check the first terms. 2x times 5x gives you a 10x squared. Let's check the last terms. Negative 3 times a negative 2 gives you a positive 6. That's right. We can box our answer in. Right here's your answer. Okay, not easy. I'm not going to tell you it's easy. It just takes practice.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.